Hey guys, is Trey Young a max player? Let's discuss. Trey Young is obviously an awesome player. The memory that comes to mind is when he single-handedly iced the Knicks in Madison Square Garden 3 or 4 years ago. I always feel that NBA is more about the moments than about the actual wins and losses. I feel like that way even more now than I ever have. Maybe it's like a getting older thing, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that those are the memories that matter, which I guess in a way is kind of a getting older thing. But yeah, no, it's cool when your team wins a championship. That's obviously a great memory, but it's also really cool when Trey Young just single handedly beats the shit out of the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So this season, he's going to be up for a contract extension with the Atlanta Hawks. And it's really interesting because I don't think he's a max player. And I think he's got a good thing going with the Hawks now. They built a really good team around him. They brought in Kristaps Porzingis, to name one of a few players they brought in this year, right? And obviously Dyson Daniels from last year is still there. They've got a good coach, and they seem to really kind of be going in the right direction. But it all does kind of depend on whether or not Trey Young decides to accept an offer that is less than max. If he does, then they can continue to build around him, and there's a real opportunity there to see kind of what would happen. What will happen with him is kind of like the star player on a team that's comprised of really good players in support of him, but him not sort of being the max player or a max paid player on that team gives the Hawks kind of like an out if the Trey situation doesn't work out. From Trey's perspective, it's a big risk, obviously, when that decision comes. If he signs them, if he doesn't sign the max, then he's kind of, hemmed himself into a situation where he's going to be paid less than what he could potentially get on the open market, assuming that he can get a max deal out there. I don't know if he can, and I'm sure that's obviously part of his logic as he thinks about what he wants to do with his contract, but maybe he can, right? And I think there's a big sort of maybe there. I mean, at the very least, he can get what he probably will get in Atlanta, right? Maybe even a little bit more than that if he goes out into the open market, but he won't be on Atlanta, who's going to pay him really well also, and that's built a team around him. So I don't know. I think if I was Trey, I'm taking less than the max, taking that guaranteed money, riding with the team that I've been on